Hello everyone, welcome to day 31st of the December Lead Code Challenge. This is the last day of the challenge, the last day of the year as well. I'm slightly overwhelmed. I never thought about coming this far when I started this lead coding journey, and I would like to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for the love and support that you guys have shown me. I hope you continue doing the same in the upcoming year as well. We have approximately solved 330 questions in last 1 year starting from 1st January, and I promise your dreams are my dreams, your journey is my journey, and get onboarded with Coding Decoded. I promise we will nail it together. Without much ado, let's quickly walk through the last question of the year, maximum difference between node and ancestor. Here in this question, we are given a binary tree and we need to identify the maximum value v that exists between different nodes a and b in the tree. And how do we define the value v? It's equal to the modulus of a dot val minus b dot val, where a is the ancestor of v. So if you are able to understand the ancestor definition appropriately, half work is done. Let's have a look at the example below. 8 is the ancestor of 7, 6 is the ancestor of 7, 3 is an ancestor of 7, 1 is not the ancestor of 7, 4 is not the ancestor of 7. Ancestor is defined as any node that lies in the parent hierarchy of that node. So what all lies in the parent hierarchy of 7? 6, 3 and 8. So we have to check in all these 4 nodes to actually identify a possible value of the difference. So I'll talk about it more in the presentation. So let's quickly move on to the PPT where I'll explain the logic. Maximum difference between node and ancestor, lead code 1026. It's a medium level question on lead code and I totally feel the same. So let's walk through the question by the same example that was specified there. We have the tree as this, and I have rewritten the definition of the difference v, that is equal to modulus of ancestor.val minus node.val. We'll iterate through the entire tree and we'll consider each node to be of type ancestor. What we are interested in, we are more interested in finding out those nodes that will actually lead to the maximum difference given we have fixed the position of the ancestor node. So let's try and understand it by an example. Let's assume we have fixed the position for the ancestor node as 3. Now we are interested in finding out those nodes that will lead to the maximum difference. So what we are going to do, we'll iterate through the entire left subtree and the right subtree, and we'll try to identify the minimum value that exists between these two trees. And what is the minimum value here? The minimum value here is 1. So one possibility of difference turns out to be equal to 3 minus 1, and that would be equal to 2. So one possibility of difference value is 2. And if I want to write this in the mathematical formula, how can I do this? Ancestor.val minus minimum value that exists below the node. Is it all? No, it's not. There's another possibility that exists as well. Let me just change the color of pen and let's take red this time. We are also interested in identifying the maximum value that lie below the current node. And what would be that value? The maximum value in this entire 2 subtrees is equal to 7, because that value will also lead to the maximum difference. So what is the maximum node that lie below 3? It is equal to 7. The maximum node that lie below 3 is 7, and the difference would be equal to 7 minus 3. That's equal to 4. And once we have identified these two possibilities, we'll take the maximum out of them. And here in this case, it turns out to be equal to 4. So assuming 3 as the ancestor node, the maximum difference value that we have identified is 4. And let's write it in mathematical formula as we have done it here. Ancestor.val minus minimum value is one possibility, and the other possibility is maximum minus ancestor.val. And make sure that the maximum value lies below the ancestor node and minimum value also lies below the ancestor node. Consider this similar to opening the modulus operation over here. So one possibility would be ancestor.val minus minimum node, and other possibility would be equal to maximum minus ancestor.val. Pretty simple and straightforward. So what we are going to do, we'll keep track of the maximum and minimum values while iterating through the entire tree in the post order fashion, left, right, info. And once we have identified the max and minimum values, we'll calculate the difference value depending upon where we are currently standing and treating the current node as the ancestor node. We'll iterate through the entire tree to actually find out the maximum possible difference that exists in the tree. You'll get to know more about it in the coding section, so stay tuned. Let's quickly move on to the coding part. Here I have defined a private maxdiff variable that will actually store the answer. And let's walk through the core method. If my root happens to be null, I simply return the maxdiff variable. Otherwise, I go ahead and iterate through the maxdiff helper method that I have created. And in the end, I'll return out the maxdiff variable. The maxdiff helper method is responsible for updating the maxdiff variable appropriately. So the problem reduces to writing this helper method. It accepts in the root of the tree or the current node into consideration, and this will be acting as the ancestor node. The return type is an array. It will return two possibilities, the maximum value that exists in the tree and the minimum value that exists in the subtree. So let's walk through it. If my root happens to be null, I simply return a new int integer.max value comma integer.min value. Otherwise, I go ahead and pass in maxdiff helper method root.left subtree, and I get two possibilities, the maximum and the minimum that exists in my left subtree. Similarly, I pass in maxdiff helper root.right, and I get two possibilities, the maximum and the minimum value that exists in the right subtree. And once I'm done with this iteration across its left and the right subtrees, I extract all the four values, left min, right min, left max, right max, and I go and identify the minimum out of the three possibilities, root.val, left min, right min. So I have taken the minimum out of these three possibilities. I have taken the maximum out of these three possibilities, root.val, left max and right max. And now comes the interesting part where I'm updating the maxdiff variable. Maxdiff is equal to math.max. Definitely one contender would be maxdiff. The other contender would be root.minimum minus root.val minus minimum. So considering root as the ancestor node minus minimum as we talked about in the presentation. Similarly, the other possibility is the maximum value minus ancestor node. The same thing that we talked about in the presentation. And once I am done with this, I simply return new int array and I pass in min and max values that we have just identified. So let's try this up. Accepted 100 times faster, and in terms of memory it's good as well. So this brings me to the end of today's session. I hope you definitely enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for viewing it. Have a great day ahead and stay tuned for more updates from Coding Decoded. I'll see you in 2022. Goodbye.